Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome, friends, to Shadows of Sorcery, Session 79. Joining me this evening, we did have a full party until Lying's computer crashed. So they will hopefully be joining us at some point, but they are not here quite yet. But yes, welcome everyone to session 79. Joining me this evening, we have our wondrous adventurers who, thankfully, are all in somewhat decent health. We have the man who has never known illness, just curses and hangovers. It is Prodigious Maximus, as played by Elfie.
Oi, my beautiful lot.
We have the stressed, the angry, the amazing Ingvar Svan, as played by Lydia.
It was currently chewing on 100% dog chocolate.
Ooh, that stuff is bitter. That stuff is real bitter.
I thought you said dog chocolate. I was so ready to learn this new part of the world.
Okay.
I'm sorry, dog chocolate? I'm relatively certain dogs can't have chocolate. For people who are watching the stream, do not give your dogs chocolate. They are allergic. It will kill them, I think.
But you should give a mouse a cookie.
Aww.
Are mice allergic to chocolate?
No.
Anyway, carrying on, the man who wants to speak to God, it is Arcus the Librarian, as played by Zarian.
Who
Yes,
wanted to
exactly.
speak to God? I don't think I was the one who was wanting to speak to God. It's alright. I'm chill.
And last but not least, standing in at 7 feet tall and filled with brand new emotion, it is Kelu, who plays our friend Hickory.
He's just like me, for real, for real.
What did I miss last session?
Yes.
You'll find out. Who wants to summarize?
I'm trying to use my brain.
Yeah! Elfie! You may summarize.
I'm trying to remember what happened. So, firstly, we put our heads together and tried to figure out what the fuck was going on. Oh yeah! Okay, no, wait. We went to the guy who made Darren into a dragon, who was really cool, and he'd made himself into a djinn, and he just seemed to be vibing with that. And then he helped us identify what the god potion was, the potion of divine something.
The essence of divinity.
The essence of divinity, and turns out if you chugged it, you'd become a full-on dragon, which is sick as fuck. And then you are they alive?
I don't know. Lying? Are you alive?
I really hope so.
Yay!
Yay!
And then there was also a point where I talked to a lady dwarf, and she was like, "Yeah, I resculpted baby," and Lying talked to her about resculpting, which was sick. And then for some reason we went to talk to the goddess Callist, and I can't remember why.
I mean, I don't know why you chose to, but you chose to.
No, but I did. I did for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm gonna go watch the VOD.
All right.
You just skip to a certain bit and it's
Can
just
anyone remember why
from the
I fucking-
future. I would know. I knew you would be here. So here's the exact reason why.
Well, I was going to watch it far, but I haven't had a chance to sit down for 5 minutes, but never mind.
mood.
Literally trying to find the fucking folder.
It's episode number 78 on the channel. It won't be on Twitch. Too late for that. It'll be on YouTube.
I will prevail.
I'm sure you will. In the meantime, let's get into this. So, last session, our group of intrepid adventurers had a bit of a downtime session. We did a bit of a general maintenance, a little bit of RP, a little bit of information gathering. But two members of our team spent the day on their own. One was Ingvar, who spent the day a little bit ill in an inn room. Prod knocked on your door, Ingvar, early morning, and left you a bowl of soup. What kind of soup was it, Prod? Nope. Elfie's gone. That's fine.
Wait, what?
What kind of soup did you leave for Ingvar?
Oh, a little meat stew.
Meat stew.
Little meat stew.
Bowl of meat stew was left outside your room, Ingvar, early in the morning. Yeah, was there anything that you did during that day while the rest of your adventuring party seemingly was left to their own devices?
Yeah.
Spent most
That's
of the day
probably-
ill.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, spent most of the day ill. Had some meat stew. Tried to, recover a little bit.
No, of course.
In another room in the inn, Curry, you also were left to your own devices at the end of the last session. You had a day. In the morning, you heard Rod knock on your door, but you didn't answer.
No.
Rod left you alone. Left you to it. So, going back a day, what is Hickory doing? Now, standing in the room, empty room, just you, the sensation of pulsing energy beneath your rib cage, shall we say. What do you do?
What do we do? I mean, I feel like Hickory's probably going to see if he can, like, again reach in, because he tried before, but now he's kind of like, I need to get this thing out. So he's gonna try and reach in again and see if he can either take it out or like figure out what is this new toxic sensation. Yeah.
Roll me either investigation or insight, depending on what information you want to glean from this.
Probably insight.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Ooh, not bad. 22. Okay, so you sit on the bed in your room, your coat open over the straw padding and brass and copper ribs that make up the internals of your chest. In the center of this, in a slot that once held a small red power crystal, or not necessarily a power crystal, but a form of energy that was inscribed with your purpose, used to occupy that slot. And it was removed a few months ago by a strange little bird fellow with a long sword and lots of magic. It was stolen from you, and you don't know what happened to it. You can't trace it. But occupying that slot now is a cylinder of pure, raw power, encased in glass and brass. It sits in the center of your chest, and from the edges of it, small cables stretch out and connect to the various sections of your ribs. And you can feel power thrumming through your chest. You know the consequences of using this item, but you don't fully understand how this item connects to you. It has a physical connection, yes, but it also has a more mental connection. If you would like to attempt to remove this item, I will need a wisdom saving.
Okay. No. Not at all.
As you attempt to grasp this power core and twist it and remove it as you would any other piece of machinery, a part of your body, you place your hands on the outside of this piece of machinery, and as you attempt to twist it, your first sensation is pain. The first time you've really felt physical pain from any part of your body. As you try and twist it out, you can feel the various cables that have connected to your ribs snagging and pulling. There is a pressure inside you that you are uncertain if removing this would damage you further in any way, but you know that at this point, if you try and remove it completely, there will probably be some form of damage.
I think Hickory, if he could breathe, would be hyperventilating a little bit. Instead, he, with a trembling hand, pulls his hand out of his chest and kind of fixes his clothes to be what they were before and kind of smooths them over a little bit, and then passes out on the bed.
Okay, so you're gonna take a long rest, essentially?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, elsewhere, in a temple to a goddess, see Prodigious Maximus, Darren Moran, and Arcus the librarian, all kneeling in prayer in front of an altar. Now, there are many ways to pray to a being. Some gods are very simple and whisper their cares through the winds or the waves, the forests. Others prefer more drama. And Callist is one of those that does prefer drama. So, the three of you kneel in prayer before her altar. And the world goes black.
Not the joke tonight.
Let me bring you to the place where this vision presents itself.
Oh no.
Oh, she's so fit.
Also, I've noticed that I've been spelling Callist to be wrong the entire time. Whoops.
Before you, Rod, standing on a pile of glinting, glimmering gold and jewels in a blackened void with barely the thinnest sliver of dawn visible from the very ends of whatever plane you stand upon. Sitting upon a black marble throne is Callist. Her wings are edged in gold and red. Her horns spiral up the skies. Her hands engulfed in flames. In one hand she holds a spell book, a tome of unknown power. In her other she holds a staff, flames spiraling from its tip. As she stands over the three of you and looks down at you, I would like Arcus to roll an insight check.
Okay. It's a 28.
Okay. So, Callist stares down at you, Rod. One violet eye, the other gleaming gold. As she looks at you, states, "You bring more to the fold, prodigious. You bring more to fear." And as she says that, shadows spread from underneath the horde at her.
I do, my dearest. The darkness holds us before the stage lights begin. These are my friends.
Rod, I would like you to roll me insight.
But he's not very clever. Insight. Okay, I believe. 18, motherfucker!
Flat
Okay,
18.
sorry.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad. Something is wrong
Got
here.
excited there.
Something is wrong here. You don't know what it is, but this doesn't feel right.
Oh.
Something. This is a vision of your god. You're pretty certain of that, but there is something uncertain here. Arcus.
So I talked to her yesterday. I'm just verbalizing my thoughts right now. I talked to her yesterday and I heard her giggling mostly about what happened with Matano. And thought it was deeply funny. Can I see Matano here at all? Is it just her?
This is just her.
Does she normally look like this?
It depends. There are good days and bad days.
Yeah.
On a good day...
Is she on her period?
On a good day, she is surrounded by laughing people. The wealth of the world at her feet. Arcus. A god stands before you, not the first that you have seen. But there's something different here. The magic that surrounds this being is familiar to you. But what holds you rigid in your stance is not the magic, but the single golden eye that stares down at you. An eye that is very familiar. Rod. Your god stands before you and asks if you bring those to fear. That sounds strange.
Yeah.
Your god doesn't talk about fear. Your god talks about joy and drama. Not fear.
Yeah. Sensing something's weird. Like, my instinct is to obviously go to my god. Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna walk closer to her to try and get a better look of what's going on, because something's obviously up. And
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw as you feel a powerful wave of heat emanate from her.
Maybe I could get advantage on this because I'm pretty?
No.
That's still an 18!
That is still an 18. Unfortunately, it's not enough. As you feel a heavy wave of heat blast out from the flames that surround her, you watch as this flaming spiral spreads across her wings and out into the dark void, pushing you back to stand with your companions.
Okay.
This is strange.
Yeah, she's never done that to me. She cuddles me most of the time.
This isn't usual. This isn't the imagery that's normally associated with her, is it?
This is wrong. This is wrong. She's wrong.
Can I make a wisdom save if I think this is an illusion?
You can try.
Cool. I would like to try.
I say, my queen, I came to ask you what to do.
Do. You ask what to do. You have your directives. Have your faith. What more is there to do?
Clearly not all my faith. I have such little fear, and it's frightening me.
I am going to roll a relatively important roll.
Oh.
This is a wisdom saving throw. Callist gets a +10. For a moment, a split second, you see a cobblestone plaza standing around you. Tables laden with meats, fruit, a throne of gold and ivory and wood sits in the center, surrounded by the wealth of the world, and on it, labored breathing, wings drooping down back, a horrific scar across her face over one eye sits Callist as she stretches out her hand towards you. The staff of metal and wood sits broken at her side, the spellbook torn asunder. As she stretches her hand out to you, Prod, her claw, her talons drip in blood. As she stretches it out to you, it says, "Run!" And the vision fades. The three of you are blasted back off the stage of Callist. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
That'll be an 11.
Ah, it's a 4.
11 is the highest we got.
That's a failure on all counts.
Really?
Thankfully, it's not too... Okay, you can have evasion. Thankfully, you guys take 1 point of force damage as you are all slammed into the benches that make up this small amphitheater. The vision of this being, whatever they truly might be, disappears.
No.
I'm guessing it doesn't usually go that way.
Prod's freaking out. You can see him, like, scramble up back to the altar and be like, Queen! Queen! Oh my god! Oh my god! Something's gotta, oh, no.
What do you mean, her?
That wasn't Callist. I saw a vision. Something's broken her staff and torn up her book. We need to go save her. How do you, sort of like grab, the librarian, like, how do you get to the plane of the gods?
Whoa.
I think that's a little above our pay grade.
I don't have that ability yet. That's really high level transportation magic. We'd need to go to someone else for that.
We need to go save her. She's
Librarian.
She's hurt.
Marcus. Something strikes you in that moment. The last time you saw an eye golden and radiating pure hatred and disdain was in the face of it.
I think that might be Edric.
Huh? Voss?
Vox. Yeah, I know, pretentious. I thought I killed him hundreds of years ago, but maybe he somehow survived, and maybe he's been fucking with the magic the whole time. And now he's gotten to the point where he's picking fights with gods.
Oh, fuck.
I'm a little unclear on how that works exactly. How does anyone get on that level?
Before
God.
Before he, I thought, died, he was attempting to do a ritual with my daughter and hundreds of other people where he managed to kill them in an attempt, I think, to try and achieve some form of demigodhood or something similar. Whatever kind of simulacrum he might have made of himself, it might have allowed him to keep on living and potentially gain powers like these.
Are you telling me he sucked the life, the magic out of people to make himself a god?
I never looked into the ritual myself, even with all that time. It just felt like something that should have been better forgotten.
I think it's time we remember it.
There's only one person I could think that might know what actually happened that day.
Who?
The grey-hatted wizard in the library, the one that's wiping memories and running around and collecting notes and looking into the ley lines. Everything seems to point back to him.
We should go find him.
I left a note the last time I was in there with a meeting place. I don't know if he'll be there in the foyer, but it doesn't hurt to try. I kind of guessed as to who was still employed at the library in the listings, since I don't have his name, but it's worth a shot.
Yes.
Worst case, we can probably bully a transport spell out of him.
Can we go back to the bit where we're supposed to save a god? I feel like if a god's on the ropes, we're a bit out of our league.
No such thing. She employs only the finest people to be her paladins. And as a paladin of Callist, and perhaps even a prince, I have only the finest of companions. I think you, who have the ability, I don't know, I pretend that I have it, I chuck over the fucking potion, to be a fucking dragon. I think that's pretty fucking powerful. We have the librarian here, who I'm still not quite sure what their deal is, but seems to be one of the most powerful fucking people on this planet.
We are a party
Hickory,
of vagrant
who's cool as
idiots.
fuck, and we got Ingvar, who scares me, frankly.
We are a party of vagrant idiots. That we are still alive right now is honestly miraculous.
Yes! We are the miracle the world needs!
I mean, I wouldn't push it as far as miracle, but...
Rescuing a god is beyond anything we have ever even remotely come close to doing.
We've rescued a princess!
Have we? Or was that just
We have! I remember that was one of the first adventures we did together!
Yes, I
Is she okay? Did we ever check in on her?
Yeah, she'll be fine.
That is more or less the pattern, isn't it? We kind of just leave after the work's done. Just let the wreckage settle itself.
Oh, no, we stuck around in Necronia for a little bit.
Exception that proves the rule, I think. Suffice to say, I don't think we're capable of going up against a demigod, let alone anything that could, like, hand it to a god.
I don't.
I mean, I'm just theorizing here. I have no idea what he did to himself.
Well,
he could have gotten in league with Asmodeus.
Gave a god a black eye. I don't think it's something we can deal with.
It was fire, right? We all felt heat.
Do you think he might have a contract?
If he had a contract with a primordial or, I don't know, some kind of greater being, that could do it. He could siphon power from them, or act as an avatar, maybe.
We've only ever dealt with mortals. We've never dealt with anything on the level of the divine. We've seldom dealt with demons for that matter.
I mean, if you want to look into places that dealt with demons a lot, the library's also probably a good place to go.
I look at Darren and be like, so what's your suggestion then? We let my god die? We let this guy take over every other god?
I don't think we have much say in the matter.
I mean, we can't just let it happen.
I put my hand on your shoulder and I go,
do not
"God,
know
we
how
are
we
different."
address this problem. I don't disagree that it's a problem, but I don't know how we are supposed to do anything about it.
I think we're going into this with the wrong mindset. We're going into it with a fighting mindset. We don't have to kill him. We don't have to even do anything that would be combat oriented. We need to go rescue a god.
We've done a rescue before.
Ish.
We could do a rescue. We could talk to this guy, figure out what Vox has been doing. That doesn't seem like something we can't achieve. And
Why demons though? Where did they come into play here? That's what I don't understand.
Oh, wait, I
The
was doing
Karn
like,
effect.
like a scale thing here. It's just like we've barely dealt with demons, let alone demigods.
Yeah, no, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Why, if they were a higher level demon, when did they make the contract? Why did he make the contract? If we just had a bit more information, I think we could maybe come up with a plan, but...
I feel like every time that we say we're just going to go and get some more information, we end up in a full-blown brawl.
Look, I'm not saying the library's safe. It's still on high alert. We've been dodging it every time we've gone in. But there's only so much we can do without some source of, what would it even be, like 9th level spells to turn it off? Those aren't easy to come by.
8th level, but yeah.
no, 9th
God
is
will be
reserved for
quiet
gods.
now.
Okay, if we can figure out anything actionable that we could do within the next, say, 3 days, then fine. I'll give it a shot. But I am not optimistic here. This feels out of our league by quite a few leagues.
Fair enough. What would you say is in our league?
Well, there's that assassin in the other town. We've killed things similar to that. Quite a few times, actually. That's definitely in our reach.
That's true. We might be able to extort some information as well if he's working with, you know, a demon.
If there's one
Maybe
thing we
even
know
the
how to
same
do,
demon.
it's absolutely how to completely muck up a hierarchy structure, so...
It's true.
You are aware that the last signatory on the contract of Asmodeus is Evan Law.
Yep. Well, and now a god and me.
And you and a god, yes. Which I'm still kind of amazed that you managed to pull off, I'm gonna be quite honest.
What would happen?
All about yes and, baby.
What would happen if we killed Evan Lawn and then we put Vox on that contract?
He'd gain access to infernal powers, probably by selling off some souls. Or his own lifespan in some way, shape, or form.
Do you have access to infernal powers?
If I want, technically, yeah. I could even summon him right now, I think.
Oh no! Don't don't summon. No,
Maybe
no,
not
don't
in
do
the
that.
middle of a nice, pleasant temple. These people are working.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But yeah, there's specific packs outlined in it for powers.
Okay.
Most of which are pretty hefty.
But what's your moral vibe? Like, would doing any of this? Oh wait, no, wait, hang on. Would you have to sell someone else's soul in order to get powers?
No, it would be my own. It's 1/20th of my own soul I'd exchange for one of these powers, which I think is basically like a lifespan offering in actualities.
Right. Yeah, so don't do that then. Unless we...
As far as I can see, we have two options. We can go into the library and try and find the grey hat guy. Extort him for some information at minimum, try and turn him to our side at best, which would help out all of us, I think, in the end, because he seems like he's a very old, very powerful wizard that might be able to also... Yep. If you can undo the psychological and kind of clinical cowardice that guy has, that's a step forward.
Filthy read.
I mean, I'm not a miracle worker. We've established that much.
There are therapists in the city.
I can try.
Maybe.
Would you like to roll an investigation check?
That was more an offhanded statement than a actionable request.
I don't know. I don't know that.
I'm just dialogue right now, but I don't think we. It's that fucking meme of. Maybe you could change your mind, Mr. Hitler. Steven, I think we have to kill this guy.
Oh no.
Anyway, now that I've taken the conversation completely off rails, I think we might be able to at least get something from him, even if it's just the truth of what happened.
Yes. Yes, let's do that. Let's also get the others, because I think they might have opinions. I'd quite like
yeah.
Ingvar to be there when we're in the library. He's just a really good shot. It's very comforting, and also a little scary.
I mean,
It's like a whole dragon.
Date, so I'm. If you find if you figure something out within 3 days, then I'll be down with you. But in the meantime, I'm gonna kick back a little bit because I got things to think about and people to talk to.
I mean, if some of us can go to the library and meet this guy just for the Intel meetup, that would make me a whole lot more confident about actually seeing him. But we also have something else we need to do today, which is we need to go to that gnome.
Gnome?
The apothecary. We gave the sample of the pills, the strength pills, to try and come up with like an antidote.
Oh yeah. That little guy had completely skipped out of my head. Okay.
I think it's night. Is it night?
It's like
That was
late
the
evening
morning.
at this point. You guys handed it off in the afternoon of today, so it won't be done yet. It'll be done tomorrow, probably.
Okay. I mean, there's probably nothing more to do today then, right? I mean, we could try and go to the library now and meet up with him. But you've got a date, right? So.
Yeah, it is not often I find dwarven girls on the road, so absolutely I have a date. Halfling?
Halfling.
No, that was a different person.
Jesus Christ, there.
Christ, dude.
Fuck's sake, you just get scales and suddenly you're a fucking womanizer.
It's the scales.
You even remember their names? What's their name? Oh my god!
You know damn well I can't remember things for more than a week.
It's been 2 days.
Oh,
out of character. You know damn well my memory is not good.
Exactly, that's why I abused it for comedic timing.
Look. Right. I'll go have fun.
The name of the resculpted dwarven woman. What was her?
Diana,
right.
Liana.
Here's my non-binary friend, Diana.
What was it? What was her name?
It's the most
It was
the most stereotypically dwarvish name you can think of, darling.
Like blacksmith?
Forge Master. Diana Forge
Master.
Master.
Yeah.
Archmaster Thunderhammer.
Oh my.
Good dwarven crafts.
It's not anything serious. I just want to go, like, have a drink with her and, like, talk about the whole resculpting business some more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, I'm happy to go with just a couple people if you want to go on the date instead. I would really rather just deal with it as soon as possible.
Me too.
Depends on when you, like, if you need my assistance persuading the guy, I'm happy to help with that. But I did already say that at the very least, I need to go and, like, hey, can I reschedule a little bit or something?
No,
You know
it's
what?
fine. You
That's
go on
fair.
date.
We did jump these plans. I'll open up my. Do you have like a noodle calendar? One of those things. The calendar on the noodle.
Oh. Why? Where did these keep coming from? Fucking
What's my
poop.
favorite
God damn
pastime in a fantasy campaign? To introduce modern technology in the most asinine bullshit way possible. Anyway, it's, you touch the pasta noodles and you put your little scores on them for the day of the week that you meet up, and then they light up when you're supposed to go meet up with your friend. You use them like little dowsing rods to even go to the location if you set that up.
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't think we had those back in Baronelm.
Oh, you haven't lived without a noodle calendar. Anyway.
I googled noodle calendar and it's come up with like some of the best advent calendars I've seen in my life. Shut up, Google. I said noodle.
Dude, I think you're like, I think your magic item's talking to you again.
It does that sometimes.
What do you think, little kitty cat broats? Meow 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 meow. I'm kidding, that's not their voice. It goes meow 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 meow.
I'm so glad we're all having fun.
Spent an extra 15 minutes on that one with the magical item craft.
Anyway.
Sending the best image to the group chat.
Okay, so.
I
What the
I just
fuck
imagine
is...
somebody eating actual noodles.
That's what I was imagining the whole time.
Okay. Anyway. Right. So, 3 of you have made some decisions in regards to various bits and pieces. Darren, you have a date later this evening. How lovely. Ingvar, you're starting to feel a little bit better at this point. It's early evening. You don't know where the rest of the party is, but you have heard snippets of conversation over the ring. Same with you, Hickory. As you awaken from your slumber. What are we all doing?
Brain, no.
Brain, no.
No, it's just something stupid. Like, he wakes up bleary-eyed, steps out of wherever he was resting, and then promptly falls down the stairs because he's still half asleep.
So, Ingvar wakes up, half asleep, kind of blurry, opens the door to his room, takes a step forward, 1 foot lands in a bowl of meat stew, you slip, fall, tumble down the stairs. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
That's fair. That's the drawing tool, not the dice. Well, that's an 18.
That's an 18. Nice. You slip on the bowl of stew, skid across, tumble down the stairs, head over heel, land at the bottom on a 3-point landing, hell on the knees. A bowl of stew goes flying across the room and hits the innkeep in the face. Hickory, you hear dunk, 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 splat from outside your door.
Would you guys have heard that over the ring, you think?
They might have heard your swearing as you went down the stairs.
You okay, Boo?
I got accosted by a bowl of stew, and the stairs didn't agree with me.
Oh. No.
It's okay, I'm okay. I don't think the innkeeper's happy with us.
You see
Oh,
across
sorry,
the room.
I'll grab a rack.
You see across the room, just the innkeeper just covered in stew, small blobs of like unknown meat just sliding down his vest as he'd. Oh, God! What? Ugh! This is from this morning. Ah! Oh, that stinks.
Ingvar just quietly gets up off his feet, goes over, leaves a couple of gold on the counter, and then bolts out the door.
Fair enough. Are you leaving everything in the room?
That's a good point. He bolts up the stairs, grabs his crap, and then bolts out the door.
And bolts out. The innkeeper is still like toweling off all this meat stew. Hasn't even noticed the gold on the table yet. You bolt out into the street. It's a relatively calm evening as the three companions of yours traipse up the road towards you. Well, two companions, actually. Darren is not with Darren has gone on a date. And we'll get to that later. Yes. Hickory, what are you doing?
Hand to give them a. Oh, sorry.
No. Go on, Lydia. I'm sorry.
He was just gonna give them a wave, but then kind of sees the terrified, panicked look on Prod's face and wonders what the fuck happened.
Prod is distracted.
Rod's dipping his finger in wax. Sorry.
Okay.
Prod is walking up the street with a table covered in various supplies, including just a big bowl of wax that he's dipping his hand into every couple of minutes. He's trying to make a candle.
Sorry.
It's
Fun.
Ingvar just kind of looks at the librarian and goes and just kind of raises an eyebrow as if to say, "Do I want to know?"
Huh? Want to know about what?
Prod's expression of terror.
Oh. He's just like that now. Also, we kind of met a false god, and their actual god is maybe in a bit of danger, a lot of danger. We have to talk about some things. And I just like generally catch them up in the middle of this fucking establishment.
In the middle of the street.
Yeah, Prod is like sniffling.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch either of those. Lydia first?
I'm just saying Ingvar does that thing where you lift a finger to say something and then just lowers it again.
Elfie?
Prod's just like his upper lip's wobbling and he's just sort of sniffling and like tiny little whimpers. I've been watching too much Iron Long.
Does Prod need a hug?
Prod needs a hug.
Ingvar just kind of opens his arms and come here, get hugged. Motion.
Prod sort of like bends down. It's like, eh. It's like, I could tell you were a good dad.
He's a little confused by that, but he just kind of pets his back reassuringly.
Yeah. Oh my god, is this gonna be the start of an arc? Are you my dad?
Oh god.
We have previously established. No, Prod. No, Ingvar is not your father.
He just feels like my dad sometimes. Anyway.
Sure. The poor boy's just getting
let's
more
go
confused by the
tavern.
second.
Let's go room and tavern, and then have him talk about what's going in.
Okay. Hickory,
Okay.
what are you doing at this point?
Yeah. So, well, Hickory had silently opened the door and watched the soup incident aftermath happen before just silently closing it again and going back to sit on the bed in thought.
Okay.
As was said last time, he doesn't really dream or anything like that, so it was just a nothingness until he remembers again that he can somehow feel pain.
It was
so I'd like
nothingness. But it was a strange nothing. Most of the time, dreams for you are like you shut your eyes and there's nothing, and then you open them again and time has passed.
Yes, yeah.
But this one felt more
So
like you're floating in nothing. Nothing around you, nothing above or below, but you remember feeling as if you were floating, embraced in warmth, but invisible, unknowable.
Interesting. I think Hickory would like to try and get some insight into this from another living thing. So I'd like to lift up my hat of vermin and try and catch whatever comes spilling out of there, so I can interrogate it.
Sure, roll me a d4. It's a 3. You lift up your hat of vermin, and doing this in order of size, 1 being a mouse, 4 being a badger. You lift up your hat, and a platypus drops out of it into your arms. It looks up at you quizzically, its little claws resting on your metallic arm as it stares at you intently.
Hello.
It
What
cocks
does pain
its
feel
head.
like to you?
Are you casting Speak with Animals?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. The platypus cocks its head at you, thinks for a moment. Pain is sharp and hot, and pain is what danger is.
If you didn't feel pain, would there still be danger?
For others, yes, but not for me. Without pain, there is no longer life to know of danger. You can see that this platypus is thinking really fucking hard about this idea. The concept of danger and life and pain, all of which are very difficult for a creature with 4 intelligence to grasp.
Yeah. He's trying his gosh darn best here. I appreciate it. Hickory if he could blink, would blink and say, "So pain is makes you living."
Pain tells us we are alive.
I see. Hickory thinks to himself for a moment before petting the platypus on the head. Saying, "Thank you." And then he stands up with the platypus in his arms. It's like, "Let's go find a place for you to live now, I guess. Without pain, hopefully."
The platypus kind of hangs limply from your arms.
I'm gonna be
as
real,
you
I think
hold
we're
it
outside
under...
of the platypus's biome.
He'll be okay.
You hoist the platypus up under his like little arms as he kind of hangs there limply, his beak poking over. As you walk out of the room, he says, "Do you have food? I would
Hickory
like
looks at the innkeeper. That still has a bunch of stew on him. Do you eat stew?
I don't know. I didn't exist before 5... What is a minute? What is
Please stop
time?
giving the platypus existential problems.
Hickory just places him down on the bar. Takes him,
taxes.
reaches over to the innkeeper silently, and swipes a bit of stew from him, and then just holds the finger up to the platypus for it to taste.
The platypus licks the metallic finger. This tastes good. I'm going to very quickly roll a dexterity saving throw for the innkeeper.
Or innkeeper.
You watch as the platypus lunges across the bar, and the innkeeper, very conscious now of things getting thrown at him, ducks, and the platypus just soars over his head and out the window behind him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hickory goes chasing after it. No.
By the time
platypus go flying by?
it goes out the back window, you guys are in the street. You do not. You do watch Hickory run out of the building and run around to the backside of the inn. Hickory, roll me an investigation check.
Can we come barreling past because we're worried that Hickory's in danger?
Sure, you guys go barreling after Hickory. Okay. You know, for a bright turquoise platypus, it's really good at hiding. It's, like, really good at hiding.
Is this Perry?
It is gone. The platypus has disappeared.
Do I have someone chasm out to sniff it out?
I mean, you can try, but he would need to know what a platypus smells. He would need to know what a platypus smells like.
That's fair. Never mind that.
You are
Probably
all
poison because
Hickory's
they're
just-
venomous.
you all
You're
stand.
just looking around uselessly.
You all stand around Hickory as Hickory stands in a back alley, just kind of looking under bushes for some unknown reason to the rest of you. But the alley is
Ingo
empty.
just calls out, "Are you okay?"
I lost my platypus.
Oh. Is that a euphemism?
No, it's an
I lost my
animal.
platypus.
Oh. You had a platypus?
For the last 5 minutes, yes. But now I've lost him.
How did you lose a platypus?
Oh, he really enjoyed the stew that the innkeeper had, but when you tried to get more of it, he ended up flying out of the window. Now I can't find him.
Can we help look for him, or do you
If
think
you
he's gone?
like. Well, I would think his bright blue color would be noticeable, but if you would like to, I would appreciate
I mean,
it.
I can help look.
Question for the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Do you only know what a platypus is from Perry the Platypus?
No, I know what a platypus looks like in real life, Elfie. I know platypus aren't turquoise by nature.
Alright, I was just except under UV light. Hey, maybe that's the sun in this realm. Who knows?
Oh, that would
God.
have so many that would cause so many problems for us biologically.
Everybody has cancer. Everybody has cancer. Oh
you
God.
get cancer. You get cancer. Everybody gets cancer.
Oh.
I'm having a lot of fun covering my hand in wax.
Why are you
Can I
covering
roll an
your legs?
investigation to see if I can spot the
Because I
platypus?
have ADHD.
You can roll me an investigation to spot the platypus. You will have to beat its stealth check.
I need to remember what investigation. Yeah. 1d20. Yeet. That's a 19.
It
I don't know why
does
it's rolled
not-
as prod, but it's a 19.
You do not manage to find the platypus. I rolled really fucking well on its stealth check, to be quite honest.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. He just gives his head a bit
Well,
of a scratch.
why don't
and
we
goes,
leave some stew out for it and hope it comes back?
Good idea.
Do you want to go and get the stew? Because I don't think the innkeeper's happy with me.
It's okay, I got some this morning. I mean, yes. I'll ask him now for some stew. Yes. Let's go inside and we'll put some stew by the window.
As you walk into the building, you spy the innkeeper, who has managed to dry off from most of the stew. He looks up as you walk in, Prod. There's still a glob of meat just in his hair as he looks over at you and says, "Right, it's been a weird day. What can I do for you?"
Ooh, just some ale for a bunch of people and another bowl of stew.
I promise not to throw it on you this time. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. I saw you tumbling down the stairs. It's not your fault. Yes, we don't have stew at the moment, but I can make you some bread and a sandwich or something. I don't really want to go anywhere near the stew pot right now.
That's fine. Also, Ingvar's ears kind of prick up at the mention of fresh bread.
Yeah, all right. Sandwich. Yes, I can make a sandwich. That'll be a 6 copper. Don't mind.
I chuck over a gold because I'm nice.
Wait. All right. That'll pay for bread for the next 6 months. Wonderful. He drops it in the cashier point and makes you some sandwiches and brings you out 4 mugs of ale. In the meantime, Aaron, you sit outside the Temple of Callist until early evening when Diana steps out beside you. She's wearing a little bit of chainmail, a long, well, relatively long, flowing dress with pauldrons on the shoulders and a sort of chain belt and very dwarven accoutrement, but that is offset by this sort of very long V-necked feminine gown that you wouldn't see many dwarves wearing. Not in Velestov at the very least. And she steps out and says, "Wait, you ready to go, big fella?"
Sure. I don't know too many watering holes around here.
Well,
do you have a favorite?
it's a good thing I've been here for a couple of years then, isn't it? Tell you what, there's this lovely little place called the Mop and Bucket just round the corner. It's good place for the actors, if you know what I mean.
As long as it's quiet enough to have a conversation, that sounds good.
Of course. Come along. And she offers you her arm.
I might have to bend over a little bit to reach that, but sure.
She does like that. She's like,
Yeah, I'll take it.
you both stroll on down to a little corner pub type place called the Mop and Bucket. Little tavern with sort of small tables against the wall, little nooks, a sort of central bar area, and a variety of drinks, various sort of snack plates. Nothing filling. This is more of like a after show type place where people get together for drinks. But you enter in. The barman nods to Diana, apparently a regular here. You take a seat in sort of a corner booth type thing. She orders herself a small sort of shot glass of some bubbling, fiery liquid. What are you gonna have, handsome?
I'll just have an ale. Nothing too fancy tonight, I don't think.
Simple is good. An ale for my friend as well, if you don't mind. Now, what did you want to talk about?
You seemed to know a lot about this whole resculpting business.
Yes, I went through it myself a few years ago.
Naturally. You mentioned there was kind of a social aspect to why it's not quite so well known. Do you have any reason why that might be? You just happenstance accident?
In sort of big dwarven centers, you know, the big places that have the imbuement chambers and all of that sort of. The idea of sort of changing your form is a little less well looked upon, and because of that, not many people talk about it. Studies on the idea are not forbidden, but heavily discouraged. If that makes any sense.
Is there an organization that does the discouraging, or is it just everybody?
No, it's just sort of general. No, I tell a lie. The chancellorship has a tendency to discourage that sort of thing, but it depends by city. Sometimes it's more enforced than others. Sometimes it's more academic institutions that are of the opinion that the older imbuement chambers are simply malfunctioning and should not be approached. And then there are other cities where it is of the opinion of the ruling council that certain bits and pieces shouldn't be tampered with because it is against the natural law. You know, busybodies and old-fashioned types.
I might know a thing or two about that natural law.
Well, any dwarf that has gone through a process of resculpting, no matter how different it might be, will definitely have an idea of what that's like. I'd be surprised.
No, My travels have taken me to some very strange places, and I might have come into possession of one of the original blueprints for the imbuement chambers.
You see Diana's
stones at this point.
Diana's glass is like halfway to her lips as she's about to take a drink. She freezes. You watch as the glass drops from her hand and shatters on the floor. The entire pub goes silent as like that glass shatters, and the innkeep, the barkeep, sort of looks over and goes, "Diana, everything all right?" Diana sort of looks
just
over
jitters,
and says,
you know.
Yes,
it's been a long,
no, it's
been a long
fine.
day.
I just heard some interesting news. Go back to serving. I'll be fine. And she turns to you and goes, "Found a what?"
It's a really, really old. Honestly, I feel a little nervous just touching the damn thing, but it seems very much to describe how dwarves are made. And it seems to describe a fair few bits more than what we have today.
Oh, can I see it?
We probably shouldn't look at that in a pub.
But yes, of course, of course.
Maybe later. I can show you I can show you it in my room back at the tavern. That's probably safe enough.
But did you say a scroll?
Yes.
Where? How? When?
A few weeks ago. I don't know exactly how the place that I got it from came upon it, but it checks out. And I have a lot of experience and knowledge when it comes to transmutation. There's a non-zero possibility if I study this thing, I could figure out how to make any imbuement chamber useful for resculpting.
But
we wouldn't have to look for them. We wouldn't have to excavate them.
But all the blueprints for any imbuement chamber are sealed up in the big cities, and even then they're okay. I have a friend who used to work on the academic archaeology group they were studying Tharandan. Do you know of it?
It rings a bell.
Old dwarven mining fortress up in the crag mountains. There was an old, very, very old vault buried deep inside the mines. And in the mines, in that vault, my friend told me before it was a very long time ago, they told me that there was some form of ancient ritual tablets down, inscribed in incredibly old Dwarvish, and they detailed the method of construction for an imbuement chamber. But before the academic team could study them, a group of we're both dwarves, we know what this means. A group of Dwergar came in and sealed the place off. No one allowed in, no one allowed to know what was in there for weeks. By the time the academic team got permission to get back in, the tablets were gone. And so was the rest of the room had been scraped clean. Now, we don't know if the tablets were sent to another city, if they were handed off to a different clan. But we know that someone didn't want anyone to see them. So... But this scroll... Original Dwarvish texts are all on ancient tablets. It's just how things were done in those days. You have a scroll about the imbuement chambers.
Yes, maybe it was copied from those tablets. I don't know. It's just how I found it to be. The way that it describes it, it seems like it goes from the very, very, very start of a dwarf's creation to all the way to the end of the imbuement chamber. And the way it describes the imbuement chamber is a lot less messy than our current ones are.
But the imbuement chambers
dwarves wouldn't exist if they were still working right.
Wait. So the scroll tells how to create a dwarf. But if
start to finish,
the imbuement chambers worked the way the scrolls say, then dwarves wouldn't exist.
No, rag dwarves wouldn't. Have you not met them before? There was a ton of them around my neighborhood growing up.
Do you mean gully dwarves?
Yes.
Gully dwarves. Well, that makes sense. The gully dwarfs haven't... Not to speak ill of the... But... I'm not a scholar. I don't know half of what would need to be known to understand how the imbuement chambers work, but if you want, I can put you into contact with my friend from the academies. Might be able to give you a bit more information on this whole thing. But there are risks. As I mentioned, the Dwergar have taken an interest in certain things. I'm going to clarify something for you here, Lime. Dwergar in traditional D&D are known as deep dwarves, the dark dwarf.
The dwarven equivalent of drow, essentially.
The dwarven equivalent of drow, yes. Because all dwarves are created in this setting, Dwergar are still what would be classified as deep dwarves, but their position in the chain of dwarvish culture is different. They essentially take up the slot of secret police in dwarvish culture. But secret police that are made to be, essentially. They are the people who are the most secretive of the dwarvish clans. They're consistently working behind the scenes to make things work, quote unquote. As sort of a general idea of what the Dwergar are like in this setting. it's not uncommon knowledge, but it is knowledge that is spoken about in hushed tones, if you will.
Right. I don't imagine this would be an easy thing. I can't even currently be entirely certain it's possible at all, but finding out I'm not the only one like me has been an experience. I spent like 40 years decently certain that I was some kind of glitch, that there wasn't just other people like me at all. Now I find out there's a whole community of us.
No, not the only one. Some of us have spent 70 to 80 years in our original bodies. I was in mine for 36-ish before I found out the information that helped me to become who I wanted to be. I'm not the only one.
I have done a lot of things to get to this, the way I am now. I definitely probably wouldn't have done any of them if I'd known resculpting was an option.
None of us would have done the things that we did unless we had known, darling. But your method of resculpting is far and away the most comprehensive, at the very least. It's, as I've said, resculpting is it has limits, and you have far and away blown those limits out of the proverbial topsoil, as it were.
I don't know if it's the kind of thing that can be mass-produced necessarily, but it definitely occurs to me that if there's a whole population of people like us, then there's probably a lot of people like I was 20 years ago right now who don't even remotely realize that there's the possibility of resculpting available.
Oh, you're not wrong about that.
If I talk to your scholar friend, if I dig through what's in this scroll, I would like to give more people the opportunity.
Well, I would never say no to that. You know, it's.
I don't know if it would be on the order of this at least, but at least people would be able to change things more. And they wouldn't have to leave home to do it. They wouldn't have to be on the road for years to do it. They wouldn't have to do any amount of the survival I've had to do it.
I can understand that. You know what? Here. If you're ever in Velostov, and she pulls out a piece of paper, writes down a name on it, folds it again, and hands it to you. It says, if you're ever in Velostov, give my friend a look up. If you can, they'll probably be around one of the academy. They flit between the two, but they'll be around one of them at the very least. And see if you can get some information. See what you can do about it. I can't promise anything. World is a strange and weird place, but
it's worth trying at least.
Exactly. Yes. Well, now that all that's out of the way, tell me, Darren, what have you been doing on your adventure? I'm always keen to hear a new tale.
Oh, let me see. There was the time when a dragon showed up while we were on an airship. There was the time when there was a lot of wolves bigger than most of this room chasing us. Across ice, no less.
Tell me all about it. And the evening whiles away as we withdraw from the scene in the tavern. Spend a delightful evening talking away, swapping stories with Diana of days past. And we will withdraw from that entirely, and whatever happens during that time, I leave up to you. Yes. Elsewhere, in an inn just a couple of streets over, the rest of our party sits and discusses. Hold on.
No, but I think
Elfie,
if you, like,
the rest
put
of
the
our
bread
party
over it, it becomes
sits
a hot
and
dog.
discusses. There we go.
Rhubarb. I've never
Rhubarb?
not once in my life. How dare you? We should just do a little scouting mission in library. When did you say you'd meet this guy?
I didn't really put a time.
I think you said like plot relevant time.
Yeah, let me say that I said a plot relevant time.
I go, very useful.
You did say
The
you
time of
set
surprise, bitches, we're here.
a time that you would decide at a later date is literally what you
That was it. Yeah. Let's say tomorrow then. I said tomorrow, which would make more sense knowing me. And wow, look, it's a plot relevant time. I was right.
Hey!
But yeah, it's like, okay, we can't really do anything about that tonight, but we could go delving for some knowledge.
Delving for some what?
I'm sorry, did you just say
Knowledge.
delving for some porridge?
Yeah, some porridge, no knowledge.
Okay.
Knowledge.
You heard that right.
Did really sound like porridge.
Yeah.
Why does everyone think I say porridge?
I mean, I was
Just because I'm Scottish, rolled oats, I see this for what it is.
Yeah, I could go for some porridge.
I couldn't. I hate oats.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Prod
8
would like
hoters
to-
irrelevant.
Prod would like to go in and like look for like anything to do with gods and where like how to save Callist, but he also has never heard of a card index in his life, so would entirely fail at this quest. So he is going, Librarian. Oh,
I mean, I can get to the sections we need to. Like, we can do that without even going through the door if we really want to.
oh fuck yeah, dude.
Okay. Let me check something. It's gonna be moderately risky to go through the actual like bookshelf areas if we're just there without an escape. Let me think. Can I use my researcher feat to know where might be a good place in the library to obtain information about one, what Edric Vox was really trying to do, or two, what this kind of like, is there any precedence for the gods being like damaged in this way in the past by like the war, and like how could that even happen? Like they're a god, how did they become wounded in any way?
I mean, you can certainly use your researcher feat to look that up. That's definitely an option.
Okay.
But like, the researcher feat depends on that stuff being available, basically, and whether or not it's available is an entirely different situation. But you can definitely use it to look for it. Yeah.
Yeah, like the thing with the researcher feat is like, okay, it might be like secreted away, you might not be able to get it, but like I'm mostly, it tells you where I might look to find something like that, or where I might think it would be. So even if it's not there, like that might give me a place to start. So I'm guessing like the theology section or like some files around the employees, or like maybe that oh yeah, the astrology place where like they were recording the moon, but you could kind of look for anything there, right? It was the observer network that might have recorded
the
footage of the day
observatory.
that the ritual happened.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you could definitely go back to that point in time. Whether or not they'll have the records is, well,
Yeah.
that's a different matter. But it's definitely possible to use the observatorium to find some information.
Okay. We got two options then. I can either quickly flight us into the library and we can look up some books about the theology of the event and see if we can find some information maybe to help your god. Or we can go a bit deeper through the actual door and go to the observatorium and maybe find some information about the ritual itself, see what we might be up against. Or two, find the current location of the Grey-Eyed Wizard, since I have a name that I think might be him, and if it's not him, I can check the other one.
That sounds like a really smart plan. Can I help?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be dangerous. I'll need someone that can fight.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
This is crucially not going to be the talking thing, though. Even if we find out it's him, we don't want to go in without Darren. We don't want to try and do this without someone who's very good at persuasion.
Yeah.
Also, because he kind of hates me right now.
Why?
I mean, I did kind of stab his boss. And he has kind of a complex about that. Specifically around the fact that he doesn't think I deserve to be in the library. He doesn't...
You're so nice.
I'm alright. But not the main point.
Darren hated him. Like, huh?
No, Darren doesn't hate me as much.
Idea.
But yeah, we'll need someone that's a bit smoother tongued than me and isn't an object of hatred, to maybe try and swing them our way to our cause. But for now, just even knowing where they are would be good. Then I can maybe track them with my observer that I have kind of working for me in the library.
Should we get the others too?
Yeah, anyone who wants to join us, the more people we have for the bigger expedition, the better.
I'm ready to go.
Yay!
Right, should we check up on Hickory, see if they want to come?
Just sort of look at Hickory, be like,
I mean, Hickory tilts his head and is like, if that is what you guys want to do, I'm here.
How you doing, by the way? You look a little different.
You're alright. Seem very nonplussed today, more so than usual.
Was this Hickory taller now, or am I just imagining things?
No, he's always been 7 foot.
He's 7 foot, but there is... Hickory has always kind of made himself look a bit backgroundy whenever you've been talking, and at the moment there is a sensation of foregroundness that Hickory is maybe unconsciously displaying.
Huh.
I'm fine. Things have been confusing lately, but I'm doing okay. I'm thinking a lot, I guess. But I'm okay.
Oh, that's brave.
Yeah, that's interesting and also a little bit scary. What have you been thinking about, though?
Pain and life.
Oh.
normal things, right?
I mean, yeah, everyone thinks about them to a certain extent, but if they're kind of like all-encompassing, it can be a bit unhealthy, right?
I suppose I've just never thought about them before, really. So,
Oh,
Well,
what
if you ever
changed?
need some. Oh,
well, um, until yesterday, I couldn't feel pain before, but now I can. So, I had a nice chat with the platypus that I wish he was be able to be found, but maybe he'll come if he needs food.
Just gonna whisper to Prod, is the platypus a metaphor? I'm not good with English literature. Is this a metaphor?
I'd like pull somehow a cigarette out of my bag and be like, "This is." I just give it to you and I go, "This is definitely a metaphor. That's what we call them."
This is fucking tobacco. Sorry, tabaxio.
Tabaxi!
oh my god.
Oh.
It's official now that tabaxi are in charge of the tobacco plantations. I don't
Oh,
make the rules.
God.
I just directly influence them.
They roll the tabaxio into smokable cylinders.
Have a Trito, tabaxio, now only 3 gold at your local store.
God, that is expensive.
I mean, it's a luxury product.
I mean, okay, but like 3 gold is like a person's month of wages, you know?
We are in like just past medieval Europe.
Yeah?
Oh dear.
Also in a fantasy
People
world.
can't afford shit. Anyway, I'm not gonna dictate.
Well,
the
you're not
economy
wrong.
of-
People
of
can't
whatever
afford
this
shit,
world
not
is
in this
doing.
day and age.
Exactly. There we go. There's a cost of living crisis in D&D now. You
Oh,
happy?
God.
Oh no. Maybe just kind of
Anyway.
pinches his nose at these two, just looks up at Hickory and goes, "Well, if you need to talk to somebody, we're here for you. I don't know how much help some of us may be, but we're here."
Thank you. I appreciate that, and we'll keep it in mind. But it sounds like we have bigger problems that we're trying to solve, I suppose.
Oh yeah. I mean, yes. But like everything's in perspective, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go to an interdimensional library and track down a powerful sorcerer and potentially the man who almost murdered me and my daughter?
Let's go! Let's do it in my room or one of our rooms because I feel like opening a portal in a bar would be bad.
Yeah, I don't want people coming in. Yeah, your room. Let's go. I conjure the door in the room, which
Hey.
I'm presuming is just covered with various outfits that have
Whose
yet to be
room?
put away.
Are you going with Prod's
Prod's
room?
room.
Prod's room?
Prod's room.
What, what does
is-
Prod's room look like?
Prod's room, he's only staying there, so it probably has like his cape on a thing. Prod is weirdly devoid of stuff. It's like actually quite terrifying. He has nothing. He has a singular like painting of Callist that sits on his like bedside drawer, with maybe like 2 sticks of incense by it, and it's like terrifyingly nothing.
As you step into the room, Marcus, the first thing that sort of remarks upon this is that Prod's room feels a little bit like the void that we're standing in with Prod and Darren earlier. Weirdly empty. Feels like all of the personality in it has been stripped. It's as if all the personality that Prod has been turned in on itself.
That can mean some things, I suppose. Can I? I'm gonna conjure up the door.
Okay.
But I'm also gonna swap on my magic vision.
Okay. You summon in the door to the library. Where in the library are you opening?
I've been to the observatorium before, so I should be able to teleport back.
You've been to the observatorium before. You know that there are no doors near it. There's archways, but you kind of need a comparative accommodation on size for archways to be used as doors. If that makes any sense.
I thought I was just able to construct the door in the middle of anywhere because I did that before. But
no,
okay.
it has to be a doorway that can link to another doorway. Essentially, that's how we've done it.
You want to use my wardrobe?
Like, you can use the front door to the room or the wardrobe. That, like, either of those will work. But the idea being that the door in the library has to correspond relatively on size.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember any doors even near there, so I guess we're just going to the front door and making our way back.
Okay.
There's the dormitory that's slightly nearer, but we might want to go to that we know is a safe spot.
You know that the dormitory is further away.
Oh, further? Okay,
Yeah.
Then I guess we're going to go to the entrance hall.
Okay. You summon in the doorway and call it down to the world that you need to go to. It takes a minute for the magic to coalesce inside Rod's wardrobe, but eventually manage to step through into the once again empty hall of the library. Wandering. Good. Oh. You step in, the marble columns, wood flooring, beautiful carpeting all stretches out before you. The flickering, slightly broken hologram, or illusion, should I say, of Edric Vox stands over you as you step in, those piercing golden eyes staring down at you as they flicker and jitter slightly.
Okay. Is there any... I'm guessing there's no one about in the main foyer yet.
Not as far as
I'm going to consult the map in my index as to where we go next.
Okay. You want to head to the observatorium, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to look at Prod. Do I see anything odd with them? Can I roll an insight?
And roll me an insight if you like.
Rod is looking at the golden eye and just a single
16
is coming out.
Okay, Prod, roll me deception or persuasion.
Is something wrong with me?
That's a good question. Let's find out.
I guess persuasion. I get advantage because I have actor.
Hmm?
Oh wait, I'm lying. I don't get. That's. Ignore this roll.
It's gonna be
that's
that
not
20
right.
or something.
No. That it's meant to be flat because it's persuasion, not performance. Performance and deception is where I get the bonus. Sorry. Well, that's
Okay.
11.
On a successful insight check, what does the librarian see looking at Prod?
Prod is crumbling. His faith for his god has been like if everything goes to shit, Callist's got me. You know, that's basically his, like, suicidal, like, backup plan. Like, if he's like, if I die, Callist will just scoop me up. It's fine. I've been in it for the drama. Everything's gorgeous. He doesn't care about the cursed items on his body because he's like, in the end, Callist's got me. His unbreakable queen has just asked him to help and told him to run. He's terrified more than anything else. He feels like he's lost something very important to him in the war. And he doesn't know who he is at this particular moment, and all he's thinking about is Callist, and he will do stupid shit to get Callist back. Not only for himself, but because he loves her. Like, you think Prod is like a sleep around sleazy guy. He's not really. He's just very flirtatious. But he doesn't really care for... Jesus Christ, my cat just sprinted. He doesn't care for anyone as much as he loves his queen, his god. Which way are you going? Sorry, my cat is got the zoomies. Running in and out of a dark corridor is actually quite terrifying. But yeah, he's like racked. He's not like possessed or anything, if that's something you were looking for.
I was just kind of checking in. The magic was more so just in case because of the void that I associated with the illusion of the god, like Asmodeus or whoever was pretending to be Callist.
Can I ask DM here, GM, sorry. How does my power feel? Like, am I still channeling Callist?
You can still feel the power that Callist would bestow upon her paladin. But there's definitely a sensation of when you're standing on a beach and the tide is receding.
Oh no!
And you know that that's kind of like normal, power wanes and fluctuates, but it feels like the tide is going out and you don't know if it's going to come back.
Yeah, that's horrifying. That's horrifying. Prod is...
I apologize, but sometimes trauma fucks with people like that. What is that cat doing?
A lot.
Apparently.
She's so interested in under my bed. I don't know if there's a way for her to get out of what she's just done. If you hear her screaming in a second, I have to go rescue her.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I guess the librarian notices Prod's quite anxious and not in their kind of normal state of mind. I head over to Prod as we walk to the doorway and just kind of go, you know, if you wanted to try again, we're probably closer than we were on the material plane. If you want to just talk to her.
She told me to run. Until I know where she is properly and how I can save her properly, I can't fuck this one up. I'm okay going in blind to a lot of things, but not this. I gotta maybe just like, and he like pulls out like another picture of Callist, but this time she's like draped over something gorgeously. and sort of like holds it to his chest and like mutters and mutters and mutters and mutters, just like a little, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. I will make this, shut up, lying! Shut up, all of you! I'm coming to get you! You're gonna be safe! You assholes! Making it
We
sexual.
walked in the what?
The cat's out.
Yeah.
Cat is out. Irene just kind of puts one hand on their shoulder. Just like you'll be able to find her. We'll get to her in time.
We will. She's strong. It's not like
I mean, she's a
strong.
god, yeah?
She was mortal once.
I guess all of them were. I mean,
Prod leaves it at that.
there is another thing we could try.
Hmm?
I mean, when you spoke to them last, you said there was another god there that she was, laughing at?
Metano. The one that you wrote on the contract.
I mean,
She was
god of
legal.
time and death. Maybe they could help?
Well, that's why I started to talk to her, because I wanted to talk to Metano to see if there was like a prophecy or anything about who was gonna have the divine potion, whether there would be like a dragon.
I mean, if we still want to do that, I might have a way of talking to them.
Hell yeah. What should we do first? Should we do this first? Or should we talk to Metano first?
Let's do this first and try that after. I mean, ironically, talking to the god of time can happen at any time.
Good point.
Okay. First things first, we want to go to the observatorium, right? So let's try and make our way there.
Roll me a d4.
Hell yeah.
D4? Okay.
Sorry if you heard me crunching through that.
How dare you crunch? 4.
Okay. So, you guys head through into corridors of the library. You get to a junction. On a 4, you can hear from the sort of left corridor the sound of heavy metal footsteps on muffling carpet. The right corridor is silent.
Can I summon my observer in the library to scout down the right path that's silent?
Yeah, okay, sure. You summon the observer. Yeah. There's the little guy. That's the wrong little guy. Hold on. That's the wrong little guy. There's the little guy.
There we go.
You summon in the observer. And send him off down the right corridor. After about maybe 100 feet and going up a flight of stairs, as the observer sort of gets to the top of the stairs, you see standing stock still in the middle of a junction are a pair of tall, lithe dancer constructs. They're essentially like 7 feet tall, metal bodies, incredibly angular and geometric. 4 sets of arms. Sorry, no. 2 sets of arms, 4 arms. Each with a long pair of chain whips hanging down.
Okay, we're not gonna go that way, I think. I don't want a Dark Souls mid-boss fight. I call the observer to retreat, and then I guess head down the other passage.
Okay, do you want to scout it before you do?
Yeah, just a little bit. Now that I know that there's creatures around.
Creatures.
You send the observer down the leftmost passage. It gets to this junction, which you know takes you up to the observatorium. It doesn't see anything. Comes out to this balcony area, and you can see, kind of slowly making its way down the corridor balcony, is a heavy-looking bruiser construct that slowly ambles its way down, headless, sort of this massive carapace and heavy boxing glove-like arms, as it sort of slowly trudges its way down towards the junction where you are, but it's not there yet, and it is quite slow.
Okay. Guys, we've got to book it if we want to avoid the bruiser construct that's down there. The other way is basically a guaranteed fight. So let's keep going.
Hell yeah. Are there any shadows that I can slip into?
There's a lot of torchlight, and there are a decent amount of shadows because of it, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
When getting past the guy, I'll just step into shadow in one side and pop out the other.
Okay. So the
To be double stealth.
Dash down this corridor and turn up the junction. Just as you can, on the other side of the wall, librarian, hear the heavy, muffled sound of heavy metal feet thumping on the library carpet. You make your way up and into the observatorium. It's clear, crystal clear pools of still water, with the observatorium construct stands at attention and awaits your request.
Hello again. Could you show me the day I stabbed Edric Fox? Is that in your database?
The observatorium construct stands still for a second. Watches its eyelids flicker before it goes. Error. Information not found. Please specify a more accurate piece of information.
Okay. Do I remember that day? The date and time and place?
It's a bit of a blur. Honestly. It's one of the earliest memories that got removed for such a long period of time. But you have...
Can I channel a memory from the memoriam? Because it can replay them for this construct to see, so it knows where it is and use it as a visual search?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. I take out this kind of like brass music box looking thing, with a little kind of gyroscopic cylinder in the middle, and as the librarian starts channeling kind of a bit of energy into it, this gyroscope starts spinning and spinning and spinning, and a little blue spark emits from the center, and it starts projecting this kind of 3D I've completely forgotten the word for illusion on the surrounding area.
You project an illusion around the area, and you watch as the observatorium construct analyzes it, the rest of you see is fragmented. But the observatorium knows enough of the library to know what you guys see are essentially shards of apologies, shards of a first-person perspective, essentially. But the observatorium knows enough, and within a few seconds, it lifts itself up, goes to the large sphere at the center of the observatorium, and places its various sort of mechanical tendrils against it and starts shifting large segments of this sphere until suddenly all the pools around the edge of the observatorium clear and display an event. You all watch as the librarian steps onto a large gantry. Beside him is an elderly man with thin white hair, stooped with a long staff, and as he looks up at the librarian, and this sort of view is a third-person perspective outside of both of them, as he looks up, you can see a glint of golden eyes. Around the room, 50, 60 engineers, arcanists, technicians, mages, all bustling about. In the center of the room, a massive, absolutely huge being is chained. And actually, here's what I'm going to do. I would like everybody to very quickly click on the librarian's portrait. So double click on the librarian's portrait to get a visual of where they are at the moment.
On a bridge, by the look of it.
Standing next to the librarian is an elderly wizard. On this throne sits a young girl, maybe 6 years old. And before all of that is an angel. Centered on this room, a mighty celestial with golden blue wings sits, or rather stands, chained at the center of the library. All around the room, constant bustling, power arcing off side of this celestial, lightning earthing itself in the chains, as Edric Vox and Arcus stand on the bridge, on the gantryway in the center of the room. You all watch as this massive celestial is straining at these giant chains that are holding it in place. You all watch as the librarian's daughter, wearing a small red dress, is placed in the throne that is set in front of a massive cavity that has been carved out of the angel's chest. There is blue neon ichor dripping from ribs that have been broken open. There is an argument. The words are difficult to make out, but suddenly the throne is encased in a golden globe of shielding light. The librarian is hammering his hands into it as you all watch the chains pull taut and energy spirals down into this celestial being. Edric Vox stands at the center of this shield bubble, staff raised high, hand outstretched towards the girl on the throne. The librarian hammers and hammers against the shield bubble, but it does no good. There is no crack until light pulses down the chains. You watch as a stray beam bounces off one of the rooms, hits someone out in the audience. And suddenly there is chaos. People are running, screaming as energy lances into the crowd. One of the energy bolts smashes into this golden sphere. The librarian's fist comes down at the same time and breaks through, bowling over Edric Vox and slamming him into the ground. Fists fly. Energy discharges. The whole room ignites in a blue electrical glow. The librarian runs to the throne, but trying to remove daughter just causes pain. In the background, you all see Edric Vox crawling away, leaking golden ichor from his wounds. He climbs up against a console, slams his hand down on a lever, pulls it, says something, and his body vanishes. Everyone else in the room has fled. The librarian sits, kneeling at the foot of the throne that his daughter occupies. The celestial above him, chained irrevocably. The vision ends.
He's alive.
That was an angel.
Yep, I kind of knew about that one.
Your daughter is the heart of an angel?
It's complicated. It's more like she and the angel are like intertwined.
So is your daughter a demigod?
In the absolute loosest sense of the word, maybe. But when that happened, and since I've spoken to her, she seems to have trouble staying herself. It's like she's not herself anymore. She's many different people together. The one time I tried to contact her on this plane with a direct link, I mean, it was dangerous to begin with, but I could only really get very vague answers out of her. It was like a collective was answering me.
As you're all standing there, the observatorium its recording finished, poses a question. Would you like to witness more events in the life of Edric Vox? Birth, growth, death.
Death. Show me death.
The pools clear again. See a battlefield. Plains of ash stretch out for miles as great torrents of magic, pulled and twisted from the lane lines, pour into a machine. You see the vision that the gods showed you, but from a different angle, from the angle of the machine itself, as Edric Vox stands atop it, one hand against a massive staff in the middle, the other arcing to the heavens. You see scars across his body that seep this golden ichor still. You watch as the gods dismantle the machine, but Edric turns his hand towards one of them and fires off a shot that disappears into the mists. There's a scream and a cry, and you watch as Edric's body begins to dissolve, but the golden ichor that is his power flows and follows that shot. You watch from the machine's perspective as a winged figure with purple robes and a golden staff falls to their knees on the ground as that shot collides with their right eye. Edric's spirit flows along the ley lines and disappears. The world is quiet. Noted. Death date, Edric Vox. 00.
Edric Vox is Jesus. Sorry. So has he been living inside of Celeste this whole time?
The right eye.
Right eye.
The thing you saw in your vision.
Does she normally keep that eye covered?
She doesn't keep it covered, but most of the time it's blind. It's just pale white.
Yeah.
You've never seen it golden. Not until today.
What changed? What changed to make you were there?
You brought me to Calliste's temple.
I did. You did this. Your presence, it brought him out. Maybe?
Maybe he recognized me from deep within her and woke up, but it's hard to say.
Wherever you go, do you bring the library with you?
I have this index which is linked to it. That could potentially be some kind of channel, but why it would influence a literal god, I have no idea.
Prod, I would like you to roll quick intelligence check.
Oh, you know he's not smart.
I know. That's why I like making you roll it.
Have I not got intelligence?
No intelligence stat.
Why have I not got intelligence?
Live, laugh, lobotomy, baby.
Have you two?
That's a 2. You can't.
Can I say advantage because he's full of grief and processing things a little quickly.
I'll give you advantage on this. I'll give you advantage on this.
Thank you.
The sea prod is trying to form a thought, and I give them my little helping cantrip.
16.
Guidance.
Oh, you
So
get guidance, so you add a
4?
d4.
Yeah.
Eh,
17.
that's
Okay.
a 17. Because sure as hell, Elfie has no idea what I should be putting together.
You think about the mission that you were entrusted with all those decades ago, even before the Medusa caught you in the Feywild. Magic was seeping away, disappearing. What if it wasn't disappearing? What if it was being leached to be a source of power for something else? What if it took 850 years for Edric Vox to leech enough magic from the god of magic to make himself powerful enough to beat her?
That's where the magic's been going. I look at the librarian and go, I've had a thought.
Oh my god, what did you think?
The magic. My quest to find the magic. It never led anywhere. I could always just return to Calliste, and of course it would return to Calliste. Because she has the magic. She takes the magic and it went inside her and didn't feed her, it fed him. It fed Vox. He's finally leached enough magic to beat her. To be more powerful than my goddess. He is a god in his own right. He's more than Calliste.
That does make some sense, but what doesn't sit right is what we saw with the battle against the gods. What's that golden ichor? How does this connect to the snake people? The one that we saw had golden eyes.
The gold is the burning up of another god. I think that's what it is. I think the gold ichor is what happens when you leech magic from the gods. You don't request it and they give it to you, you leech it. When the Sneeple were burning I can't remember which god it was, but when they were burning his stuff, they were taking the magic. And I think that's what was giving the Sneeple their power. I think the reason why there was a war between Vox and the gods was because he was taking their magic. With that machine, he was leeching it from the very earth itself. And from them. And that's what was turning him gold.
He was using the ley lines to keep himself alive. Until he got so old that it wasn't enough anymore.
I think so. Bringing all the magic from the world to himself. And of course, when the gods figured it out, they were mad as hell. And now he's just been brewing.
And he put the whole thing forward to practice as a propaganda piece of we need to ascend past our flimsy ideals of gods. And it was all for his own selfish reasons the whole time. That sounds like him.
What was your relationship with him?
We were friends once. But by the time you saw me there, I wouldn't call him a friend. He came to me and said he could save my daughter, and I was stupid enough to believe that he was doing something selfless for a change. That maybe I had the person that I knew back.
What happened to your... Why did your daughter need saving?
She was really sick.
I'm sorry.
No one could do anything, including me.
I'm just like, put my arm around you and like pull you in and be like, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Even knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have done anything differently. Well, maybe one thing differently.
What?
I wouldn't let him abuse that poor fucking Celestial. Even if it meant my daughter... Even if it meant we had to figure something else out. I would have never been happy taking someone else's life for her own. Neither would she.
Oh shit.
From the corridor below, you start to hear the approach of another construct. Right.
Okay, quickly, can you show me, oh god, what the fuck was his name? I flipped through the index really quickly to find the employment records. And I find the name, which I'm sorry, I do not have noted down, but would be right there in the index.
You look through the employment index, you find the name, which I also have not written down. Yeah, I know, I'm a great DM, aren't I? And the observatorium clears its pools once more. And you see a elderly man. Oh wait, I do have the name. Yes! You see the elderly man running down throughout the corridors, grey beard flapping as McGovern runs through the library. Also, I want to note something very quickly. Zarian.
Yes.
You told me a couple of weeks back that you got confused because you'd noted down McGovern as your spouse, but I have the name Aldrin here from the very beginning.
That was not why I was confused. I was confused because McGovern is Arcus's second name, and I thought you were talking about my father or someone else related to him.
Oh, I see.
Which could also be his spouse, Aldrin, because he may have taken his second name.
Okay, so no. Entirely different person, first name McGovern. As he runs down the corridors of the library, you can see a small fleet of observer constructs running after him.
Well, he seems to be doing fine. One last curiosity before we get the hell out of here. I searched for the second name in the list of employment that still was active.
In the active employment, you look up the second name, you see a small cabin in the woods, not entirely certain where, large, sort of sequoia-like trees, with this small cabin inset into one of them at the base. A elderly woman, maybe human. It's kind of hard to tell. The waters are a little bit blurry. Definitely not in the library.
Okay. Guys, are you right? Just for a quick exit and maybe a trip?
Aye, Captain.
Yeah.
I summon the door to the library after we run away,
Okay.
and I want it to go to this cabin.
Sprint out, find the closest door, and you're going to the cabin?
I'm going to the cabin.
Okay,
That's why I asked if they want to go on a little trip.
You're going to the cabin. You sprint out of the library, through a door into a massive sequoia forest, where an old lady is sitting in a rocking chair knitting. She looks up as the golden light flashes and looks up at you and goes, "Ah, shit!" And she sprints. And that is where we're going to end it for this evening, because this was not a direction I expected you to go, and I don't have anything prepped for it. Good grief. You've left Arcus behind. Not Arcus, you've left Darren behind entirely. And
Don't worry, we're
yeah.
absolutely going back for them. This is a tangent for the next session, and then we're gonna go back and deal with what we want to. I want to ask her what she fucking knows about McGoban.
You can
Okay.
come back in like 15 years. I'm married. I have a child.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God, you retransitioned again. Now you're double dragon dwarf.
Fuck yeah, dude!
Cool.
A dragon.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us this evening. I hope you all enjoyed the session. I certainly did. I've been able to reveal the thing that I've been wanting to reveal for a very long time. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining us. We will be back in 2 weeks' time with session 80 of Shadows of Sorcery. For now, we are going to go and raid. Who's live right now? Let's see who's live. Let's go raid a Cassandra Haswell, who is currently playing some Quarantine Zone. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, everyone. And, is it second Wednesday yet, I guess? Good night, everybody. My Twitch is frozen.